it's become time to reveal the roses that I'm going to be reviewing for you in 2025, adding another 20 or 25 personal reviews. So there are 135 already available for you to watch at any time here on YouTube. Don't forget, there is still a small and limited time left available if you're ordering from the UK and from Europe to make the most of this year's discount codes. Please don't be messaging and commenting in the next couple of weeks and saying, oh, have you got a discount code? Because they will expire and they will no longer be valid. You have until the 1st of December to follow the link in my bio and make the use of this year's discount code if you're joining me from Europe or the UK. Unfortunately, at the moment, no discount codes or special offers available from those of you further afield. But from UK and EU, customers can make the most of the 15% offer discount. Please follow the link in my bio. And if you need help finding the discount code, drop me a comment or message somewhere. But you must follow the link and then enter the discount code at the checkout. Right, obviously, over the last couple of days, I've removed all of the roses from the trial beds here at North Lodge. They have all been pruned, which is not something I would normally do, but they have to be pruned to be able to move them. So they've been pruned ahead of the season, top growth and roots pruned at the same time. They've been placed into large buckets of water for soaking, and they are now awaiting their positions to be freed up in the actual main part of the garden here itself. That means that the delivery that's in front of me that contains the new roses for this year, you are among the first to find out which of the roses I'm going to be reviewing for you in 2025. Now, obviously, you will be seeing my full personal review for the new launch that came into the UK this year for 2024, which was the Emma Bridgewater rose. You've had my first impressions and unboxing video of that. You will be receiving my full personal review now that I've had that rose for heading on for a year. So you will have my full personal review for that one. You will also be receiving around 20 to 25 other roses to be reviewed as well. So those are all contained in the box ahead of me. And I'm going to post into the actual comment section for this, into the description for the video, the full list of roses you will expect to see me reviewing in 2025, along with some other bits and pieces that aren't in this particular box in front of me. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox these for you now. Incidentally, if you are now ordering bare root roses, you're expecting to receive them over the coming couple of weeks. There are now loads of tutorials for you to watch here on YouTube, on TikTok, or on Instagram. There's also a verbal guide if you want to listen to me on my podcast about how you rehydrate, plant, and care for bare root roses. All of those guides are now here on YouTube for you to watch at any time. There will be a new tutorial coming from me over the next week or so of how to plant a climbing rose. Now, it's something that I've done in video form before, but not actually a tutorial of. So there is actually a couple of climbing roses in this particular box I'm going to be filming with over the next week or so of how to successfully plant a climbing rose against a fence, a wall, or a rambling rose if you want to send it into a tree. So do look out for that particular video. Right, bare root roses will be arriving in boxes from David Austin Roses that look a little bit like this. When you actually take delivery of them, you have 14 days to get them in the ground. So if life throws you a little bit of a curveball, you fall behind, the weather turns, or you're very busy with family or going up and seeing friends, or you're unwell, whatever happens and you can't get to them, the most important thing is not to panic. As long as the box remains sealed or the package remains sealed, you can place them into a cool, dry, dark place out of direct sunlight. That is the key part here, out of direct sunlight to stop the contents getting too warm. Do not store them in the house. Put them in an outbuilding, a shed, a garage, a porch, something like that, an unheated greenhouse out of direct sunlight, or a shed, so you can actually store them for around 14 days. And at that particular point in time, you really need to pull up your socks, pop on your gardening gloves, and get out and plant them. After, of course, you've rehydrated them. All of those videos are there for you to watch at any time. But right, let's get into it and start unpackaging these roses. These are all going to go into soak over the next day or two, be rehydrated, and then they're going to go into the trial beds once it's had a thoroughly good mulch. Your roses will come in wrapped up in one of these potato starch bag. This is fully compostable, fully recyclable. So you can pop this either into your home domestic compost bin. If you don't have one of those, you can scrunch this up and put this in your food home collection bin if you've got a curbside food collection, or if you wanted to, you can bunch this up, dig a little hole in the garden and bury this somewhere, and in a matter of about 6 to 8 weeks this will have completely dissolved and gone back into the soil, because that's actually made of potato starch. Right, let's have a look. Which roses have we got first out of the bag for you? To be reviewed in 2025, along with Emma Bridgewater, you're going to be seeing a rose review for Queen Anne from David Austin Roses. Been really keen to get my hands on this rose. It's been on my wish list. I know you'll think it's quite strange having over 300 roses. There can't be any more roses on my wish list. Well, there are. I have been looking for this rose for quite some time. So Queen Anne is going to be reviewed for you in 2025. I'm placing that straight into a bucket. Up for you as well. David Austin. This one is from David Austin Senior's breeding program. So a fairly old variety. I've been focusing on roses, or will be focusing on roses that I know you have an interest in. Loads of you are becoming more and more interested in wildlife friendly gardens and pollinator friendly gardens. And roses need to fit into that category as well. So this one is Windflower. This is a sort of semi-double or single rose from the Austin breeding program. That one will be reviewed for you this year. This one is actually a request from here on YouTube of a rose that people wanted to hear. Please excuse, can you hear them in the background? My little wren, my family of wrens has come to join us. They're actually over in the olive tree making a whole racket, so I do apologise for that. This one is Bonica. This is a really, really small patio style rose, great for growing in a pot or tumbling over a wall, growing really, really close to the edge of a path. This one has actually been requested several times. So this one is Bonica. Been posting lots of videos of that particular one. I've got that over actually at a site I manage and go to on a weekly basis, which is where the media's come from that one. But my full personal review coming for you in 2025. Next out of the box, I know this one is going to be really, really popular. Again, another older variety from David Austin Roses. This one is really, really popular in America. This one is the Shepherdess. So this one will be reviewed for you in 2025. Next out of the box, who have we got now? Now this one is the story with this particular rose is really interesting. This particular rose been available here in the UK for some time, a very, very popular rose in America. This particular rose didn't make it with me from the last house. We moved to North Lodge that you see behind me, moved here around, coming up 7 years ago, this coming April. And this particular rose was planted in our back garden at Dynamite Cottage and didn't make the transition to this particular collection. However, so many of you have messaged me, and I know so many, like hundreds and hundreds every single year, either on YouTube, TikTok, or over on Instagram. Have you got a review for Summer Song? Well, I've added it back to my collection. It's here, back in the collection. I have one again on site, which I manage. Actually, the same one as Bonica is actually at. This one over there is grown as a short climber against a wall. And one of the biggest problems I had with this, and why I didn't bring it with me from my last garden, was I found it really, really frustratingly floppy. However, the straight stems on this one seem quite strong and quite sturdy. So Summer Song will be actually reviewed for you in 2025. For those of you who are holding your breath, waiting for my opinions on that one will be coming. Now, I know already the color of that particular rose is exceptional. It's very, very interesting. And the fragrance is exceptional on that one as well. So let's get that one back in the ground and get a full personal review for you next year. Now, this is actually not a David Austin bred rose. Although this one has actually been delivered from David Austin, this is actually a Floribunda from another breeder. Supplied and grown here in the UK by David Austin Roses. I had a client with one of these, and it's an exceptional Floribunda. This one is Champagne Moment, a really, really lovely, very big and blousy Floribunda, producing huge flowers, vast quantities as well, very, very strong. You can see very, very strong upright canes on that, but you can already see very, very vicious. Champagne Moment will be fully reviewed for you in 2025. Who have we got next? This is okay. This one is the Ladies Blush, again from David Austin Senior's breeding program. Looking forward to getting you this review for this one. This one is the Ladies Blush. Again, off the top of my head, I'm thinking that one is a single or semi-double rose. Again, great for wildlife-friendly or pollinator-friendly gardens. 3 or 4 still to come out of the box. There is also a full list as well. 1 or 2 roses that didn't get actually added to the reviews for 2024. 1 or 2 of them didn't actually make it into flowering. The Albrighton Rambler, named after the village where the David Austin Roses nursery and plant centre is, where all these roses have actually come from. The Albrighton Rambler didn't make it into flower last year, enough for me to be able to review. Not surprising, because it's a climbing and very large rambling rose producing quite a large plant. Sometimes these take a little bit longer to get themselves established, so that one will be fully reviewed. Comet de Champagne also didn't make it to flowering and fully review as well, so that will be added back to the list. For those of you that have also watched my personal review on Rose Strawberry Hill, I've admitted on several occasions on the comment section, either on YouTube, TikTok, or over on Instagram, that is not my best work. I remember filming that particular review actually in the lounge behind me early one morning just before going to work. I was very, very tired. It was heading towards the end of National Rose Month off the top of my head, 2022, and I was just keen to get it done. The review is not the best. It's not my best work. I'm going to go back and actually completely re-review some Strawberry Hill for you, because I think the Rose deserves much, much better. The review, I think, is only about 2.5 minutes long, so it doesn't contain a huge amount of information. So I'm going to go back and review Strawberry Hill for you. Alongside that, you're also going to be seeing now this one is actually the one that's going to go through that climbing rose tutorial that I'm going to be doing, planting a rose against a wall or a fence. This one is Shropshire Lass. This is a really big, lovely plant. Look at that, a really, really big, beautiful one. Right, also 3 more to come out of the box. We've got Rose New Dawn. Again, I get so many requests for a personal review on this one. It's been missed off of my collection so far. So reviewed for you in 2025 will be Rose New Dawn. 2 to go, one of which hasn't got a label, but I know exactly what it is. Now, another one for those of you that are interested in growing the older varieties from David Austin that are better for pollinators and for wildlife-friendly gardens. This one is one I really wanted to get hold of in 2023 and 2024, but couldn't actually gain hold of stock. So back in stock again with David Austin here in the UK. This one is the Herbalist. So I'm looking forward to bring you a review on that one. Last but by no means least, this one doesn't have a label, but I know exactly what was in the box. This one is Ballerina. Again, trying to focus on some other different roses that I know some of you are wanting to grow. Small, petite, very, very good for growing in a large container, tumbling over a wall, maybe sort of the retaining wall that's actually around the patio just here, cascading over, or growing really close to a path. So this one is actually Ballerina. So I'm looking forward to bringing you my personal review for that. Also contained in the box is the very important mycorrhizal fungi, which I've been talking a lot about in this year's particular planting tutorials. A symbiotic fungi which benefits the roots of the plants when planting, needs to be sprinkled over the plant's roots when they're wet, and aids the strong and a good vigorous root growth, getting your plants in the ground. Also a really, really good key product if you're actually transplanting roses around the garden. Incidentally, those tutorials won't be available here on YouTube. They will be exclusive content over on TikTok, and exclusive content for you to subscribe to for about 99 pence a month over on Instagram. If you're looking at moving roses in the garden, you want a step-by-step guide. There is also a huge volume of unseen media that I produce exclusive to online subscriber content. Say over on Instagram, costs just 99 pence per month to subscribe. You get a whole back catalogue. Over on Instagram, you also get to request content that you want to see. So if there's a particular rose you want me to review, or if there is a particular tutorial or video you want me to create, once you've subscribed and you paid your 99 pence per month over there, you can actually do that for these. You can drop me an inbox or drop me a comment, and I will produce the media that you're looking for. That concludes today's unboxing video. Don't forget to also check the full description for this video, because there are other roses that aren't in this particular package today that will be fully reviewed in 2025. I can't believe it's already 2025. We're heading for that. We were walking the dog today and I said to my husband, oh, a date off in the future, maybe something in 2025. And you think, well, actually, that's only 8 weeks away. So I don't know where the time goes. Anyway, that concludes today's unboxing live video. Thank you to everybody that's joined me. Don't forget, if you're in the UK or you're in Europe, please do follow the links in my bio or any one other ones posted to my stories or my captions here on YouTube. Follow that directly to the David Austin website to make your personal bare root choice selections before the 1st of December and the discount codes run out. Once you've followed the link, you can then enter code BareRoot24, all in capital letters, BareRoot24 for 15% off your entire order. That code is only valid for another couple of weeks until the 1st of December. So please don't miss out on those discounts, because after that, there won't be any discounts available to my knowledge. And if you want to know anything, then always come to me first to make sure these things are public. I also hope to be in front of, once again, the either one or maybe two, not confirmed just yet, of any new releases coming from David Austin Roses. If they come, any roses are actually become available for this year's coming collections, they will be launched at the Chelsea Flower Show. And if there is a second variety, because I'm not in control of that, this is depending on what's available and what they've got coming through the breeding program, there may or may not be then a second new release coming in July for Hampton Court Palace Flower Show. But once again, you should see them as a world exclusive from me here, either on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. Thank you to everybody that's joined me today. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I will see you all again very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.